Stakeholders meet to explore environmental economics. EAC procurement procedures on the table. Good evening, I'm Agnes Tuniga. You can also follow us live on our YouTube channel, TBC Online, and also get all the latest news through our Instagram, Facebook, and X pages at TBC Online. The Vice President, Dr. Philip Mpango, emphasizes on the importance of providing sufficient and continuous education on carbon business that offers an opportunity, generate revenue, and conserve the environment. The Vice President has made the call during the opening of a special meeting of leaders, experts, and environmental stakeholders on environment in the country held in Dodoma region, insisting that success has been achieved by setting right policies and regulations, but there have been legal limitations regarding the power and scope of the National Environmental Management Council, NEMC.
Ni jukumu la mkutano huu kuainisha namna bora ya kufikia matokeo tarajiwa.
It is the responsibility of this meeting to identify the best ways to achieve the expected result by seeking answers to the existing environmental challenges. For example, regarding the challenges of strengthening the environmental management system in the country, I expect the participants of this meeting to suggest better ways to revitalize that system. As I see it, we have largely succeeded in establishing policies and regulations, except for some legal shortcomings concerning to the power and the scope of the National Environment Management Council, NEMC.
The Vice President asserts that the government has been making various efforts to deal with the environmental issues, including preparing policies, regulations, strategies, tree planting programs, cleaning campaigns, especially in cities and on beaches, encouraging environmental awareness through the media, regional and council competitions, participating in the World Environment Day, and through Building a Better Tomorrow BBT program. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Energy, Dr. Doto Biteko, calls on the public procurement officials in East Africa to have integrated procurement systems that prove to be beneficial to the people with regional digital standards. The Deputy Minister made the call during the 16th Conference on the Public Procurement in East Africa in Arusha and launching the Nest digital system, insisting that without cooperation, even the funds allocated by the government will not be able to implement development projects for the people. Here's the report by Sichelela Kongola, read by Faithangaga.
This marks the official start of the National E-Procurement System, which aims at eliminating fraudulent practices. Dr. Doto Biteko urges procurement officers to use digital systems to reduce the corruption loopholes and to build new professional systems and embrace competitive opportunities in the East African countries.
It is very crucial for us to strengthen domestic competition. However, we should not impose restrictions on each other. If any Tanzanian wishes to conduct business in neighboring countries, then they should be allowed to conduct it. And if a foreigner also wishes to conduct the business here in the country, they should be allowed so that we can promote business in the East African region.
Dr. Biteko urges the officials to have procurement systems in East Africa that promote regional standards.
It is very important to have an East African procurement system which brings benefits to our people. Systems that promote regional procurement standards for economic development and environmental sustainability.
Chairman of the Public Procurement Regulatory Authority Board and the Director General of the authority says National E-Procurement System has increased transparency in the procurement procedures.
Mfumo huu wa NeST ni mfumo ambao umejengwa kwa fedha ya serikali.
The NeST system has been built with government funds and Tanzanian experts. This system is a system that we should all be proud of.
Utasaidia nchi washirika kuboresha utekelezaji.
The system will enable member countries to perform well their procurement duties in their countries. The e-government agents collaborates with other public institutions in the implementation of various e-government activities with the main object of ensuring e-government excels.
The digital system in the country is reported to be an exemplary to the East African countries.
Through this forum, we are learning the best way to conduct procurement activities. Tanzania is doing very well in this sector compared to us, Burundi. This shift to digital ways of operations has reduced a lot of challenges that existed in the past, such as corruption. Therefore, this is a very significant step.
The Minister of Fisheries and Livestock, Abdallah Ulega, says that Tanzania is committed to improve the fishing industry by maximizing on the use of the modern technologies, including drone technology, to combat illegal fishing in Tanzania. Abdallah Ulega made the remarks during the opening of the 8th meeting of Organization of African, Caribbean, Pacific States, which include ministers responsible for oceans, inland waters, and fisheries. Peter Mganga has the following report.
Its 8th meeting of Organization of African, Caribbean, Pacific States being held here in Dar es Salaam. To start, the Minister of Fisheries and Livestock, Abdallah Ulega, explains how Tanzania plans to use drone technology to combat illegal fishing and how the country has put in place strategies to increase the contribution of the fishing sector to the Tanzanian's economy from 1.0% to 10% by 2030.
Tanzania remains fully committed to the sustainable management of its oceans and inland waters through initiatives such as the Fisheries Sector Master Plan, the Blue Economy Policy, and our ongoing efforts to combat the IUU fishing.
On the other hand, the Assistant Secretary General of African, Caribbean, Pacific States, Crystal Prati, explains the agenda of the 8th meeting while emphasizing on utilizing the platforms towards sustainability of the fishing industry across member countries.
In finding solutions to these global challenges, the OACPS will play its role in promoting intra-regional and international cooperation and coordination, and above all, fostering solidarity built upon the common understanding of the challenges we encounter.
Furthermore, local exhibitors who had the chance to showcase their products during the meeting explained the importance of the platform in promoting the national development agenda.
This meeting will come across with these officials, of which we will give them or will inform them about the opportunities we have and the procedures how to capture those opportunities.
Our participation today and for the next 5 days at the OACPS meeting is unlocking the potential of blue economy. And we are very great players in that area. We venture in everything marine and coastal community, including seaweed farming, coral reef conservation, carbon credits, and mangrove restoration.
The meeting of the Organization of African, Caribbean, Pacific States will last for 5 days, while various agendas related to the fishing sector will be discussed among 78 delegates who are attending the meeting. Peter Mganga, TBC News, Dar es Salaam.
The Deputy Minister of Information Communication and Information Technology, Engineer Mary Priska Mahundi, says the government plans to review mobile data costs, and currently there are strategies to reach more Tanzanians with telecommunication services so as to increase the number of users. She made the remarks during a visit to the 2 Africa cable landing station, congratulating Airtel Tanzania for the achievement in the telecommunication sector and also contributing to the economy by giving dividends to the government, which owns 41% of the companies.
Mpaka sasa hivi tunaweza kuona kwamba ni watu wachache sana Now we can see that very few people have access to the internet network, but we believe with time everyone will be able to use the network. With the help of the 2 Africa cable landing station, it will make it easy and provision of sufficient internet network.
Furthermore, the Airtel Tanzania Director of Communications, Beatrice Singano, elaborates that the 2 Africa cable landing station has the capacity to serve 3 continents, including Africa, Asia, and Europe, and has the length of more than 45,000 kilometers.
To the world and the world to Tanzania. It actually connects 3 continents, and it's got a length of about 45,000 kilometers. The good thing about the cable landing station is that it actually offers capacity, and not only for operators but anyone who wants to actually provide communication services. The good thing about Tanzania is that the services and the licenses that were given are actually technological neutral. So if you have a convergence license, you can offer any services, unlike other countries where you actually have to seek for licenses for 3G, 4G, 5G. Tanzania is very, far-sighted in terms of how we operate.
Upon completion, the 2 Africa cable landing station will be serving over 16 landlocked countries in Africa, including Uganda, Rwanda, Zambia, and Zimbabwe, to mention a few. A construction site of Tanzania's first ever fishing harbour in Kilwa Masoko in Lindi, Tanzania nears completion. The port is expected to help diversify the country's fishing sector and also increase the sector's contribution to the country's total exports as well as national GDP. Here's the special report prepared by Enoch Sikolia.
In this village of Kilwa Kivinje in southeastern Tanzania, fish is a lifeline. It is not only a source of food, but also a source of income. Processors and sellers alike reap the rewards. Many, like Fatuma Machalila, line up at auction to place their bid on the catch of the day, which she buys for resale to customers. She says demand is high and supply is not enough.
The scramble is there because everyone wants to get income from it so that he or she can feed his family. But because the catch is not so much, everyone is tussling to get a bigger share so that they can make more.
The number of fishing vessels in this channel shows you why Kilwa's economy heavily relies on fishing. The Tanzanian government says it could be more, but the only challenge has been lack of proper infrastructure. It says it's building a fishing port to be a game changer. Beneath these cranes and scaffolding, the future of Kilwa district is taking shape. This modern fishing port will be able to support more commercial fishing in the deep sea. Engineer George Kwandu,
the tuna fish will be here, very big fish,
takes us around.
The docking area will start from there. You see, is around 300, yes. 315 meters. Yes. From there to the end.
To be completed in 2025. It's being constructed by the China Harbour Engineering Company and is part of the Belt and Road Initiative, which seeks to promote global trade and connectivity.
We'd like to see this port. After completion, he can make the good contribution to Tanzania economic and developing the blue economic Tanzania.
Inland fishing currently accounts for over 80% of Tanzania's fish supply. The port is expected to help diversify the country's fishing sector.
Our expectation is to grow And through this port, we see it can be possible from 1.9 growth percentage per year to 8.4 growth percentage per year, from 1.8 GDP contribution to 10% GDP contribution.
This port is going to be massive. Besides the creation of thousands of jobs for the people of Tanzania, it will help the East African nation exploit its huge deep sea fishing potential.
Energy experts from 13 Eastern Africa Power Pool EAP member countries are meeting in Arusha to analyze energy needs in the countries, mentioning Tanzania as an important link due to the efforts being made to strengthen this sector. Speaking in Arusha, the General Secretary of the EAP organization, James Wahogo, says that the program will also involve service facilitations between the countries, which is an important step to ensure the availability of reliable energy. Here's the report by Sechelela Kongola, read by Teddy Mparanyanga.
Training for experts in energy from 13 countries in the eastern region of Africa, coordinated by the International Atomic Organization through the Tanzania Atomic Commission.
These countries have come together to learn about energy planning, especially electric energy, for example, from gas, from water, from the sun. The goal is to ensure that they share resources, meaning one country with abundant energy can supply another country. This plan has been successful, for example, between Tanzania and Kenya and Ethiopia.
The General Secretary of the organization that implements the EAPP program, James Wahogo, says Tanzania has a great opportunity to achieve the goals.
Tanzania has made significant efforts in the development of energy, and it is blessed with hydroelectric energy and gas as well. They have set up facilities to generate energy from natural resources such as gas and water. What attracts us about Tanzania is that it is a part of the Eastern African Power Pool and is also a member of the Southern African Power Pool.
And the representative of the Tanzania Electric Supply Company, TANESCO, says as a country, the program is very crucial to the nation's economic development.
This opportunity is good because we have various sources of electricity while our neighbors have shortage, so we can sell them electricity.
The Embassy Festival has once again taken place in The Hague, Netherlands. The festival serves as a convergence point for diverse cultures from around the world. Tanzania has taken the spotlight among the participating nations by presenting a captivating display of its rich cultural heritage. The event provides an opportunity to explore Tanzania's prominence in the cultural celebration. Esther Dels reports from the Netherlands.
The festival boasted the participation of over 60 embassies, each showcasing their unique flavors, sounds, and art of their respective homelands. Notably, the head of Chancery at the Tanzania Embassy emphasized the significance of cultural diplomacy and highlighted how the festival positively impacts Tanzania's tourism, economy, as well as the Tanzanians entrepreneurs residing in the diaspora.
It's an embassy festival event which happens every year. Tanzania has been participating in this for some time now. Last year we had a small stall. This year we found it that we have a bigger stall because it has been a good global connecting event. It's an event to display our culture, to sell our Kiswahili language, but also to showcase our tourism attractions. So it has been an impactful event to the embassy, to the Tanzanian diaspora who are here. They have been selling their food, their handicrafts, the Swahili handicrafts, the Maasai, the Koi, and all the staffs that are from Tanzania. So this is a very big event here in the city of The Hague, and the embassy has been participating fully in cooperation with the diasporas here. It's a very nice event.
The event's vibrant celebration of diversity offered visitors the chance to embark on a global journey without venturing beyond the city limits.
Yeah, my name is Jos. We're a guest of the Tanzanian group here at the Tanzanian Embassy. Myself, I've never been in Tanzania, but I know I have a lot of friends from Tanzania. So really looking forward to go there because they're very welcoming people. And the country is beautiful.
Furthermore, local entrepreneurs expressed their festival's profound significance for promoting their locally crafted products.
Me as an entrepreneur, I participated in this event now second times. From last time and this time, I see big changes because I can see how people are being known now with African products. And I'm very, very, very satisfied on the way that people, they came, they buy, they're aware of what we are selling.
It is a day full of color, culture, and music in the Embassy Festival that is taking place here in The Hague, Netherlands, where Tanzania proudly showcases its heritage alongside numerous countries. But also festival goers were warmly welcomed with hospitality that Tanzanians are renowned for. It's me, Esther Dels, Holland, TBC.
Even though being exposed to sunlight enables your body to make vitamin D from cholesterol in your skin cells, the sunlight rays directly on Earth affects living beings in various ways, at times for humans. It increases the likelihood of skin diseases, including skin cancer or premature skin aging. Here's my colleague, Rioba Stephen, taking a look at the dangers and how can one protect him or herself.
It is midday, and the overhead sun shines bright. Human and other creatures direct benefit from the sunlight, but this direct exposure to the sun's rays on the human skin can have adverse effect if protective measures are not properly taken.
If you stay in the sun for too long, your skin gets damaged, especially for those who use chemical-based products, as the sun affects their skin directly.
The harmful effect of these sun rays have prompted scientists to devise protective measures such as the use of sunscreen. But do citizens understand how to protect their skin and avoid all these harmful rays?
The way which I normally use on my side about the protective of my skin, it's using a lot of clean water. Clean water meaning after maybe some engaging with other people, best thing which I prefer to use, it's using clean water to clean up my body.
Dr. Joshua Kajura, who is dermatologist from Amana Hospital, explains in detail the importance of protecting oneself from the sun rays and the potential health risk if protective measures are not properly followed.
Skin cancer, it is induced with UVB, protected with this sunscreen with SPF 15. Sunscreen are chemical ingredients which use to protect the effect of sun on our skin. Why do you use sunscreen? Sun rays have two bands, UVA and UVB. But UVB is more toxic. Sometimes you can have, we call it photosensitivity reaction. Most of sunscreen, we measure them by using a code we call SPF, which means sun protection factor. It's from 1 to 15. 15 SPF is quite enough to protect you from UVB by 93%. If there's no need to go outside, please don't go outside.
Sunlight takes 8.3 minutes to reach Earth from the sun's surface. And while it has adverse effect, it also has many other health benefits, a significant source of vitamin D3 when proper guidance is followed. Rioba Stephen, TBC.
Before we end up our local news tonight, let us now take a look at today's exchange rates according to the Bank of Tanzania, BOT. Don't miss TBC News every weekday to know all the latest in exchange rates, Time now for all the latest in international news. Welcome back, and here's international news compiled and read by Lulua Mohammed.
Iran and Russia has rejected media reports suggesting Tehran has supplied ballistic missiles to Russia. Iran says that the reports of uranium missiles transfer are from psychological welfare, and Russia has also commented saying that it will continue to build close ties with Tehran that it considers an important partner. At least 24 people have died after a typhoon Yagi slams into the northeastern coast of Vietnam. The typhoon triggered landslides and floods which knocked down power lines. Millions of people have been left without electricity and hundreds of flights have been cancelled. Typhoon Yagi is Asia's most powerful storm this year. It is back-to-school season in many parts of the world, but not for the 600,000 students in Gaza. United Nations says 85% of schools in the Strip have been destroyed and damaged by Israel's war. The few that are left are being used to shelter Palestinians who have lost their homes, but some classes are still ongoing and the children are eager to get back to their studies. The Palestinian Ministry of Education says nearly 10,500 students have been killed in the Israel attacks. Venezuelan's opposition candidate Edmundo Gonzalez has vowed to continue to fight for democracy in his own country after being granted asylum in Spain. Gonzalez left Venezuela after having spent a week in hiding, arriving at the Torrejon Torrejón military airbase in Madrid with his wife on Sunday. The departure of the 75-year-old from the country followed a turmoil in the wake of 28th July election in which President Nicolás Maduro claimed victory, something which was disputed by Gonzalez and many sections of the international community.
That was international news. Sports news up next. In sports news, Taifa Stars interim coach Hemed Morocco says his squad is determined to win tomorrow's crucial encounter against Guinea and boost the chances of qualifying for CAF African Cup of Nations 2025. Coach Morocco believes that Taifa Stars players are ready to display quality and skills and outclass their opponents, Guinea.
Wachezaji wote katika afya njema, grupu ambayo tumekuja nao hatujapata injury mpaka sasa hivi.
We have done the last training. Our players are ready to compete and correct the mistakes we made in the first game. There are some players who did not play well in the first game, but we expect changes in our next game. My belief is to qualify for AFCON. We are well organized to win our match.
Taifa Stars against Guinea match to be played in Charles Konani Bani Stadium in Yamoussoukro, Ivory Coast. Only win will revive the chances of Taifa Stars to qualify for AFCON 2025. That is sports news, and now before we conclude the news bulletin for tonight, let's take a look at our weather update for the next 24 hours.
Hello dear viewers, and welcome for the next 24 weather forecast from Tanzania Meteorological Authority. My name is Rebecca William. Starting with windy patterns, and wind is expected to flow at the speed of 20 km per hour for Tanganyika together with the southern coast, and the speed of 30 km per hour for Victoria, Lake Nyasa together with the northern coast. And the state of the sea is expected to be slight to moderate. And for tonight, we expect mild dry condition and cool temperatures over most part of the country, with lowest minimum temperature of 10 degrees at Njombe region. And for tomorrow, we expect Kagera together with Mara region to feature this particular condition, thunderstorms over a few areas and sun periods. while for the Tanga, together with the Unguja and Pemba ISOs, are expected to feature as partly cloud condition, light rain showers over a few areas, and sun periods, while for the rest part of the country, are expected to feature as partly cloud condition and sun periods. Let us see next 4 days forecast from different cities and regions. Dar es Salaam sun period is expected and minimum temperature is 22 degrees. Dodoma sun period is expected and minimum temperature is 18 degrees. Mbeya sun period is expected and minimum temperature is 14 degrees. Mwanza sun period is expected and minimum temperature is 18 degrees. Kilimanjaro sun period is expected and minimum temperature is 19 degrees. Morogoro sun period is expected and minimum temperature is 19 degrees. Arusha sun period is expected and minimum temperature is 15 degrees. From Tanzania Meteorological Authority, thank you and have a good night.
And that marks the end of our news bulletin for tonight. Don't miss our next bulletin in Kiswahili at 11 p.m. My name is Agnes Tuniga. Thank you very much for being with us. Good night.
TBC1, ukweli na uhakika. Tangazo. Shirika la utangazaji Tanzania TBC kupitia redio ndio chombo pekee kilichopata haki ya kutangaza matangazo ya mechi ya ligi kuu Tanzania. TBC inawakaribisha vituo vya redio kuwasiliana nasi kupitia email info@tbc.go.tz au simu namba 0735778891 au 0659949917 ili kujadiliana namna ya kushiriki kibiashara katika kurusha matangazo ya mechi hizo. Yoyote atakayerusha matangazo hayo bila kibali cha TBC, hatua kali zitachukuliwa dhidi yake. Imetolewa na TBC.
Watanzania wako kwenye mchakato